All right, let's get right into it. We live on this incredible planet, right? This vibrant blue marble just buzzing with life, sitting in this vast, quiet universe. It really makes you wonder, what makes our home so special? Well, today, we're going to break down the exact recipe that makes Earth a living world.
That's the big question, isn't it? You look out at our solar system and all these other planets, and they're silent, barren. But here, life is absolutely everywhere. So what are the secret ingredients that make us so different? Let's break it down, piece by piece.
Okay, so first things first. The absolute most important ingredient has got to be location, location, location. Right? For any recipe to work, you've got to get the basics just right. And for Earth, that whole foundation was set in place billions and billions of years ago.
So, let's rewind the clock way back. About 4.5 billion years ago, you've got this massive spinning cloud of gas and dust. Think of it like cosmic leftovers from the sun's birth. And then gravity starts doing its thing. It pulls all this dust and rock together, clumping it up, and after countless collisions, you get this molten ball of rock. Over time, all the heavy stuff like iron and nickel sinks right to the center, creating this super hot metallic core. The lighter stuff? Well, that floated up to form a rocky mantle and a really thin outer crust. And believe me, this layering wasn't just some random accident. It is absolutely fundamental to life, as you're about to find out.
Third planet from the sun. It sounds so simple, like something you'd hear on a game show. But that one little fact, that precise position in orbit, it's literally the foundation for every single living thing on our planet. No exaggeration.
And this is where we get that classic Goldilocks idea. I love this. So think about our neighbors. You've got Venus, which is basically a planetary oven, way, way too hot. Then you've got Mars, a frozen desert, way too cold. But Earth? Oh, we're in that sweet spot, that perfect zone where the temperature is, you guessed it, just right. And that's crucial, because it's the perfect temperature for liquid water to exist. And being in this perfect spot also means we have a super stable orbit. It takes us 365.25 days to make one full trip around the sun. This predictable cycle, our year, it's like a cosmic metronome, a steady rhythm of light and energy that has allowed life not just to get a foothold, but to really evolve and flourish over billions of years.
But wait, there's more. It's not just about the orbit, it's also about our tilt. Earth is tilted on its axis at about 23.5 degrees. Now, why does that matter? Well, that little tilt is the entire reason we have seasons. It's why we get everything from snowy winters to hot summers, and that constant change is a huge driver for the incredible diversity of life we see all over the globe.
So we've got the perfect real estate. But just having a great location isn't enough, right? The universe can be a pretty dangerous neighborhood. Luckily for us, Earth comes with its own set of shields. And I'm not talking about just one. We have two incredible force fields protecting us from all the chaos out there.
Okay, shield number one, our atmosphere. And what's wild is how thin it really is. It's like the skin on an apple. It's this delicate blanket of gas, mostly nitrogen. But mixed in there is that all-important 21% oxygen. Yeah, the stuff you're breathing right now. Every single breath you take is thanks to this amazing protective layer.
But this atmosphere is doing way more than just letting us breathe. Think of it like this. It's our planetary sunscreen, blocking the sun's most dangerous UV radiation. It's also our bouncer, burning up most meteors before they can hit the ground. And on top of all that, it acts like a global thermostat, trapping just enough heat to keep us warm and creating the weather that gives us life-sustaining rain. It's a real workhorse.
All right, now for our second shield. This one is totally invisible, but it is every bit as critical. Remember way back at the beginning when we talked about Earth's layers? Well, that spinning liquid iron core isn't just sitting there. It acts like a giant engine, generating a massive magnetic field that wraps around our entire planet.
And this invisible shield is in a constant battle for us. The sun is always blasting out a stream of charged particles called the solar wind. Our magnetic field deflects this stuff, sending it streaming harmlessly around our planet. Seriously, without this shield, that solar wind would have stripped away our atmosphere a long, long time ago, leaving Earth as barren as Mars. It's our planet's silent, unsung hero, for sure.
Okay, let's take stock. We've got the perfect location. We've got a powerful double shield system. The next key ingredient in our recipe for life is a surface that's, well, restless. It's dynamic, constantly moving, recycling, and remaking itself.
Just look at it. A whopping 71% of our planet is covered in water. But here's the kicker.
It's the only planet we know of where water exists as a liquid on the surface, and that is everything. Liquid water is basically the solvent for life. It's the medium where all the chemical reactions that make life happen can, well, happen.
And what's going on under all that water and land is just as important. The Earth's crust isn't one solid shell. Nope. It's actually broken up into these giant continent-sized puzzle pieces we call tectonic plates. And these plates are not standing still. They are constantly drifting around, grinding against each other, and sometimes colliding.
This constant movement is literally the engine that sculpts our world. As these plates move and crash into each other, incredible pressure builds up. That's what gives us massive mountain ranges, like the Himalayas. It's what carves out the deepest trenches in the ocean. And yeah, it's also what causes the earthquakes and volcanoes that remind us, pretty powerfully, that our planet is very, very much alive.
And all this churning and chaos, it's actually amazing for life. It's like a planet-sized recycling program. Old crust gets dragged down deep into the mantle, while fresh, nutrient-rich rock from volcanoes comes up to the surface. This whole process is absolutely vital for keeping our planet's climate and its chemistry stable over the long haul.
So, what happens when you mix all of these incredible ingredients together? What do you get? Well, you get the final result, the extraordinary end product, a planet that is just uniquely, vibrantly, and spectacularly alive.
So let's run through that recipe one more time. You start with one perfect Goldilocks location. You add a protective atmosphere and a powerful magnetic shield. You mix in oceans of liquid water and a restless, recycling crust. Then, you just let it simmer for a few billion years.
And what comes out of the oven? This, our world. A planet literally overflowing with life in every imaginable form. We're talking millions of species, from the tiniest microbe you can't even see to the biggest blue whale. And every single one of them is here because of this incredibly precise, incredibly delicate cosmic recipe.
You know, when you really stop and think about it like that, our planet isn't just our home. It's a 4.5 billion-year-old miracle, the result of a perfect recipe that, as far as we know, has never been repeated anywhere else in the universe. And that leaves us with one final and maybe the most important question. Knowing just how precious and unbelievably rare this place is, what are we going to do to protect its future?